I'll put you on video. Video, so I'll show you. Oh, you have a button on the front of the screen. See, mate? See, mate?
Going around. Go back.
That's an 8-ball.
Oh, yeah.
As you And this is one of the most historic moments in our modern history. Can everyone please put their hands together for our brave men and women and our diggers? Everyone to join in on this one. We all know. Tell you right, and we also sing our nation's anthem. We all know the words. So everyone can hear us at the back. Pass it down. That we need to do the Australian national anthem. I want everyone to hold their flags up as high as you can. I'll introduce you now to one of our regulars, John Stephan, to lead us through the Australian national anthem. Here we go. Australians, oh let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soul and wealth was won, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, every stage, at last Australia fair. In joyful strains, and let us sing. Can you hear me okay? Thank you. God bless you all. I want to make I want to do one more thing, and then I'm going to give up the mic for the day and just be with you people, because we're all family, right? Yeah. We're all family. All right. I was going to do this at a different location in a different set of circumstances, but by the look of this crowd and the way we're set up, that's not going to be possible, so I want to do it now. We've just experienced the emotion of celebrating the lives of our diggers who volunteered to do things that we have not had to do. I ask you to look up the hill behind you, and there you will see a grey stone building with a big bronze dome. Underneath that dome lies the remains of an unknown soldier. And in the two corridors ahead of that dome, alongside the pond of remembrance, are the brass plaques of 100,000 Australians who gave their lives so that we wouldn't have to rally, who gave their lives so we could live in freedom, who gave their lives so we could say nut. Everybody say nut. And we, every 25th of April, we watch parliamentary dignitaries and other self-appointed hierarchy stand in honour of our diggers. And they say, as a great many Australians say, who at this moment are probably watching the block, they always say, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do the dawn service so I could say lest we forget. But I'm here to tell all of you, you forgot. And we have not forgotten. we do forget something. We forget the beauty and the power and the passion of the spirit that floods through our bones. We forget how amazing we are as a nation. We forget how amazing our sovereign nations people are. We forget everything they can teach us because we're too busy trying to dig ourselves at the bog we've got ourselves into. And we forget that in World War I, when the Germans were running over the top of everything that opposed them for 3 years, we forget that when the Spring Offensive occurred in 1918, they stormed the Allied lines and they forced them back to the sea, or that was the intent. And the British General Haig said, "Withdraw the troops from the front line. Bring the troops back to the coast and we shall defend the coast or go home to England." And General Monash says, "What?" Australian General Sir John Monash said, "Are you kidding me?" Anyhow, he said, "Yeah, nah." And the word got to the front line at a town called Villers-Bretonneux. And the order was given. They want us to go to the coast. And a couple of privates looked at each other and they said, "Did we come all the way from Ballarat to do that?"
No.
And they said, "No." So as they started the retreat, they said, "No way. We got the longest bayonets in the world. We're going back to take these mongrels on." And the General in command of American forces, General Pershing, was overly cautious. For 18 months his troops were there and he wouldn't put them into battle because he wanted them to be trained. He was scared to lose one of them. And on the other end of the scale you had General Haig, who treated them like used matchsticks. 60,000 dead in the trenches a day with nothing to General Haig, but to General Monash it was a shocking crime. And General Monash wanted to win with the least amount of casualties, and that's what he did. So when all the troops were withdrawing, there was a detachment of American soldiers amongst the Aussies at Villers-Bretonneux who were ordered to go back to their American base. And when they said, "We're not leaving our Aussie brothers," they took off their American uniforms and they put on the diggers' uniform.
Wow.
And that one was 2 to 1, they went back to Villers-Bretonneux and they pushed them back into Germany. We forget that spirit lives in us. We forget that spirit lives in you.
Yeah.
And you demonstrate it by turning up. That's what they did, they turned up. And we forget that they were the first army to defeat and turn back the Germans in the First World War, and the Germans never won a battle after that. We forget that in World War II, the first army to defeat the Germans ever in North Africa or in Europe was the Australians and the Poms and the Kiwis, Canadians and Indians, and a large detachment of Aussies in that. They turned them at El Alamein, but it wasn't over them because they mounted a counter-offensive, and Rommel needed Tobruk. He needed it as a deep water port to get his supplies in.